Congratulations on an amazing season.
It's bittersweet because it's like we're one game away from going to the Super Bowl. Beautiful message by Coach Quinn in the locker room. He was like, don't let this moment overshadow like what we accomplished. People that don't go through nothing in life, once they hit a big challenge, they have no strategy for it. Like you have to go through stuff in life and maneuver through it and find solution. That what makes you better, more resilience and stuff.
You're a deep ass dude. Like I respect the shit out of it.
Shawn French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time. I confirmed it. A whole society determined society.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Determined Society. I'm your host, Shawn French. Before I introduce today's amazing guest, and it's going to be a great one, you're going to love him. Please, if you haven't already subscribed to the YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, please click that follow button and let us know what you think. Also, follow at the Shawn French on Instagram, SHAWN, and at the Determined Society. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I have with me someone that was literally 4 quarters of the way from playing in the Super Bowl this year. He is the starting defensive back for the Washington Commanders, my man, Benjamin St. Juste. What's up, dude?
What up, what up? Appreciate you. Thank you for having me, man.
I'm grateful you're here. It's so funny. You never know who's moving in five doors down from you, right?
5 doors down. Yeah.
And I found out later. Like, honestly, like when I said hi to you before, like I was just saying hi because, like, you're new in the neighborhood. I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And, I'm trying to talk to you because I talk to everybody. You'll see that. I'm walking around my dogs. I'm the guy that talks to everybody. And they're like, someone says, hey, did you know that he plays for the Commanders? I'm like, no way. Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, well, I got a nice warm welcome from a few people. My neighbor in front of me is a Giants fan, so he
Rudy.
Yeah, he let me know off rip. He's like, well, thank you. Like, we welcome you in the neighborhood, but I'm a Giants fan, so I was like, all right, I get it. But
dude, Rudy's great. Have you ever gotten into like a real like long conversation with Rudy?
Not yet. My wife been a few times. She's way more talkative than me. I mean, in general, she's just way more in the neighborhood than me because I'm busy and all that stuff. But I'm starting to learn a little bit more about everyone's story, where they're from, and all that stuff. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to talking with Rudy. Yeah. No,
dude, Rudy's great, man. He's hysterical. But dude, the neighborhood, it's funny because your wife does a good job. She does a good job around the neighborhood, stopping and talking, and walking the new congratulations, baby.
On the baby, yeah. It's been great. It's better. It was she was born right before training camp, which was like really hard. It was a gift and a curse because I got a little bit of time 2 weeks before training camp started. Yeah. But then once training camp started and the season started, like I'm gone. Like I wake up early in the morning, she wakes up, I see her 15 minutes, I'm going to the facility, I come back home around 6, bedtime 6:30, so I got maybe 45 minutes with her. So I didn't really have the time to be a real dad throughout the season, but it was really cool to have her on the sideline for games. And I feel like it was her lucky charm every time she came to games. We won. But now in the offseason, I get to be a real dad and take off a little bit of responsibility so my wife can still be herself, not just a mother. So
Julia, right?
Yeah, Julia.
Okay, yeah. I mean, dude, I hear you, man. It's hard because when, it's like our kids don't choose their parents, right? They don't choose who we are and what we do. And it's hard. Like, how did you manage that during the season? Because I would have to imagine like it was hard for you emotionally to like, okay, like my daughter is brand new and I'm here, I'm trying to get to somewhere, that we haven't been in the last 31 years, but also you got your little heartbeat that's beating outside your body, chilling at home.
Yeah, you nailed it. It was tough. And it was tough every day just because like sometimes I would go by a few days and I'm like, I didn't really do much with her. I missed out on,
When it comes to what your family eats and drinks, your choices matter. You're the expert because you know what fits your life. And getting it right starts with good information. That's why America's beverage companies are sharing more information about our ingredients at goodtoknowfacts.org. No spin, no judgments, just the facts straight from the experts for more than 140 beverage ingredients. Visit goodtoknowfacts.org.
Some anniversaries like first month, second month, third month, or like her trying some new things, her trying some food and all that stuff. But obviously, it's part of the game. It's a sacrifice. I think when we went through a rough patch, I think we lost like 3 straight. I remember Bobby Wagner, good veteran, good leader in our team, did a speech, and he was like, he's been there, done that.
Yeah,
he's seen like what it takes and all that stuff. He's like, honestly, it hurts, and I hate to say it, but you guys are gonna have to sacrifice things for us to take it that next step. Like if it's like less time with your family, less time with your kids, less time on a video game, less time doing all the other stuff to sacrifice to give back that time to the team so we can take that next step. You're gonna have to do it, and your family, they like it sucks to say, but they're not gonna understand. They can tell you they understand, like we understand, yeah, but they don't really understand why you're not there. But it's for a greater goal that you want to achieve.
It's interesting because I had a conversation with my wife last night, right? And the show's gotten to a point where we're getting the opportunity to do cooler things. Like we're getting to go places. Excuse me. And that's gonna take time away from me being home. And the direct response was, is it gonna be like this every month? Because, our son has baseball, the girls have gymnastics. And I'm like, and I'm thinking in my mind, like, oh my God, really? Like, is this really where we're going with this right now? Like we spent 4 years building this platform. Now it's exploding. We have to capitalize on that or it was for nothing. But at the same time, I get it, man. I understand it. And our wives see us completely different.
Yeah.
Your wife doesn't see you as a football player, dude.
No, she just sees me as her husband. And even though she was an athlete too, ran track and field, understand the schedule, the sacrifice and everything. At the same time, she's past that. That's in the past. She's a mother now. She's a wife, and the quality time with family and all that stuff, that's what she cherished. And I guess the balance for me is that every time that I'm there, I'm going to be 100% present. That's what I try to work on. No phone, going on walks, no phone, no call, don't call me, don't text me. I'm not going to pick this up. Like my 100% attention is going to be with my family when I'm there, because I know that later on, like you said, there's going to have to be some sacrifice and I'm not going to be there.
I love it. So because everybody this is like the theme, right? Everybody talks about balance as an entrepreneur, and you're also an entrepreneur too. We'll get to that. But they talk about balance, right? You can't balance everything in your life. It's literally impossible. And I always say it's about when you have that time is being fully present and you hit that. Like, how are some of and I'm going to learn from you right now because I have a hard time shutting off.
Yeah.
Like my dude, it is hard. How have you been able to be like, okay, I'm going to leave my phone over here when it's time to be with the baby and the wife, and I'm going to go on a walk and not bring my phone. How do you deal with that?
I think most of this stuff, and people always trying to find like a secret sauce, a secret like, oh, what's the technique or whatever. They all come back to discipline, honestly. You can wake up one day. Let's say I tell myself like I'm going to read or I'm going to leave my phone at home when I go on walks. When I say that the first time, I might be extra motivated for the first week. I might be like, oh, we're going on walks. The phone is not there. I'm fully present. Then I'm like, wait, like I got this really important business call. I might have to like take it, or wait, like my agent said he was going to call me. So I might bring it on the walk. So the next thing you know, about it, in 2 weeks, you have your phone in your pocket every walk that you go with your family.
Yeah.
But that discipline of good, bad, however you feel, you leave that phone there, whatever goal that you set, it doesn't matter what mood you're in or if you're motivated or not, that discipline will always kicks in and, you'll put that phone away. So that's what I try to do. And honestly, like I've tried multiple things. I talked with like multiple coaches and all that stuff about certain things, and they always revolve around the discipline part of it.
You literally hit every facet of the show in one part of the conversation. But that's the thing, right? So even with, your job, football, your marriage, time with your kid, the walks, everything, it's like everything in life is going to boil down to discipline and determination, right? How disciplined are you in those moments where you lack the emotional motivation side of it? And dude, I'm motivated. Maybe I tell people this, and it may be more. I'm motivated maybe 3 to 4 days out of the month. I don't want to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day and go to the gym, but I do it because I said I would, right? I'm trying to build something here, and there's disciplines every single day. And I know if I do all these little things, I'm going to grow into this person that deserves this.
100%.
Like that to me is everything.
And even if it doesn't work out, that's what I always tell people, because like there was a lot of kids from back home or just in general that ask me like, what can I do? What can I do more to make it to the league or whatever and all that stuff. And I tell them like this discipline of consistently working on your craft and doing all that stuff. And sometimes they ask me like, but what if I don't make it? What if it doesn't work out? So what? At least you did everything that you needed to do to make it where you at. And if it doesn't work out, you have no regrets.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than not doing it and then having regrets the rest of your life. Man, I should have, like, you know what I'm saying, did 3 episodes like I said I was going to do, but I only did 1 a week.
Yep.
Your opportunity is gone now. Like,
know,
you can't
man.
go back, and you got to live with that the rest of your life. Like,
And then I think what people learn along the way, and it's what I've learned, and I'm sure you can attest to this, is like you build yourself into somebody that if that one thing doesn't work out, you're prepared for the next thing, right? Because life's going to throw things at you. You know, you're going to eat shit sandwiches. Like there's going to be times, man, where you're like, what is going on? But as long as we stay consistent in these moments where people aren't seeing, like when we're doing the work in silent, like that's what's going to build the next version of you.
1,000%.
So real quick, you grew up in Canada,
Yep.
Montreal, Canada. And, I think, did you play hockey too?
I did. I
played
did.
hockey.
That's first sport I ever played. Obviously, like, I keep telling people that, like, Montreal or just Canada in general, like, the winters are extremely long. I would say, like, it start getting really cold like mid-October, and then you don't really see snow like fully melted until beginning of May. So it's very, very long.
Wow.
So you have to pick up some sort of winter sport or whatever. And then hockey, obviously being the national sport, my dad cleared up the backyard one time, put the hose with some water, and made an ice rink for us to to start skate. Because my dad is a multi-sport athlete. He taught me how to snowboard and ski, taught me how to play basketball, football, hockey, and all that stuff. So picked up the skates at 4. I played until I was really 14. Talking about every local arena. I was there with my friends and all that stuff. And I was really talented. But I thought that I could be better at football. My dad was a football player. I asked him what's his favorite sport. He said it was football. So I was like, let me be different. Like it's not easy, but it's catered for Canadian kids to go to the NHL. Like guys do like remote school, get drafted at 18. Like that's the path. Like they want you to take. I was like, nah, I'm gonna try football. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be the kid they remember for making it to the NFL from Canada, from Montreal, playing football, not hockey.
So how many kids from Canada make it to the league?
So right now in the NFL, I would say like there's about like 8 to 10-ish. Like if we saw like an emergence of like Canadians players, like 8 to 10 like active, like maybe 7 like on roster and everything. But from Quebec, 2.
Wow.
There's me and then Mathieu Bergeron that got drafted to second round 2 years ago by the Atlanta Falcons.
It's wild.
So that's it.
That's
it.
wild.
Yeah.
How does that feel for you? Because I mean, yeah, it's great to be in the NFL.
Yeah.
But like you're setting the example for kids in your country of what is possible.
That's honestly, it's a big responsibility, but it's a responsibility that I carry with a lot of pride and honor. Just because I saw how hard it was growing up, the lack of resources that we had, like in terms of football, on the educational aspect of it, on recruiting, there was no recruiting and all that stuff. And I saw how much talent we had. We just didn't have the exposure. So I told myself, like, if I ever make it to the big leagues, then I have to give back to my community. I have to give back to those kids, because I know that we have the talent. I know there's going to be more. And we're starting to see it. We're starting to see more Canadians. Guys are proud. Coaches are starting to go recruit in Canada. Like, they believe it. Before that, it was like, at my era when I was coming out, it was like I send my highlight tape or I send my stuff to a coach. He's like, oh yeah, that's sweet, but you play in Canada. Like, I'm saying, like, we don't know your what's it called, the level of competition.
Yeah.
You gotta come here to the US. You gotta prove yourself. You gotta come play against the 4 or 5 stars, and we want to see if you're good. And that was my era. Now they're starting to be like, okay, we saw some Canadians, they can play and all that stuff. We'll recruit that area.
That's interesting. That's funny, but like I get it, right? Like I totally understand. You said something that I thought was very interesting. You told yourself, you made a promise to yourself that when you made it to the league, you would give back. Now you run the biggest American football clinic in Canada, and it's very rarely talked about here in the States. Like, can you walk the audience through how you're giving back to the youth and what it means to you in the community?
Yeah, like I said, like I never forgot about that dream that I had as a kid. So then when I got drafted, nothing was really in place. My foundation wasn't in place, my brand wasn't in place, but I had the vision that I wanted to give back. So I went on Instagram, I posted a story, I said, hey, I'm gonna be at this field at this time. If there's any kid that want to pull up and learn some techniques or play football, whatever, I'll be there. Post it, show up, 150 kids show up. With just like an Instagram story and everything. So we had a great time. And the kids loved it, and that kind of sparked the idea. I was like, if 150 kids can show up off an Instagram story at a park for 2 hours at a football field, what can we do if we set up a team, a foundation, and with resources, and time, and all that stuff? So that's what we did. We created the Original Foundation, which is tied in also with my brand, but we also do all the football camps, nonprofit football camps. First year, we hosted 500 kids show up to my whole high school. Second year, 2022. 623 showed up. 2023, third year, 550 again. And then we're going on 4 years of 500 plus kids that show up.
Jeez, man.
And honestly, it's awesome because we have the football component on the field where I bring all NFL, NCAA, CFL players to teach the kids and have fun and all that stuff. Dude. But we will also have the educational aspect of it. Like I said earlier, growing up, we lack resources on education. Kids don't understand if they should take the ACT or the SAT. Like in Canada, it's very different. Like the system is very different. They don't understand if they need to take the ACT and the SAT, what score they need to have, what classes they need to take, how to get recruited by colleges and all that stuff. So we bring a whole bunch of specialists and people that can teach them that for the first portion of the camp. So the first couple hours is all workshops on mental health, on how to take care of your nutrition, how to market yourself once you make it. And what on the academic side of it, academic side of things, what you need to do to receive a scholarship. So if you're a parent and you drop your kid off at my camp, your kid is not only coming off the field with new technique on how to be a better football player, but also he's coming out of there smarter, knowing what he needs to do and all that stuff. Because I picked every single thing that I didn't have as a kid that I had to learn from trial and error, and I said, nah, these kids they're not going to have to go through what I went through. Wow. I'm going to give them everything that I learned.
This is amazing because how long is the camp? Let me ask you that question. Is it one day? Is it one day? It's
a full day. So kids show up at like 8 a.m. for registration, maybe 7:30 registration, and we don't leave the field until 8 p.m. after we're done with the 7-on-7 tournament.
It's amazing. Like the fact that they're going there and getting a great football education from CFL players, collegiate players, and then you, an NFL player, but diving into the academic side of it and the things that are going to make them whole way past the sport. Yeah. Because I think where people get lost, and I know this is true, okay? Because I've seen it and it's especially crazy in baseball. Parents get freaking lost, bro. They get lost in their kids. Like, it needs to be this way. They need to be playing 1,000 games a year. My kids need to be seen. They need to be recruited, but they're not teaching the kids the other stuff, right? And in the fact that your foundation is focusing on the fundamentals of being an amazing human being, education, nutrition, all that kind of stuff. Like, dude, that's going to help them outside of the sport.
100%. Yeah. That's the goal, honestly. Cause I know like the hard truth is, and the hard truth is that not everyone's going to make it to like the NFL, but if you can get something out productive of my camp, of my foundation that you can use in the business aspect of it, or whatever, you still want to work in sport, cool. We teach you the business stuff. We can teach you all the other stuff to be an agent, to be like a marketing agent, to have your own, like all that. You can still be involved in sport without being an athlete, because it would be a lie for me to tell you that everyone will make it to the league, but you can still have an impact in whatever aspect you want, work field you want.
It's fascinating, dude.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Like, because as a parent and then also as a coach baseball for many years, like when you do a camp, you want those parents to see their kids light up when they come out of that camp.
Yeah.
Right? Like happy and fulfilled and armed with knowledge. And a lot of times it's just focused on the technical aspects of the sport.
Yeah.
Which is only a fraction of
who
it's not even who they are, it's what they do. Right? Being a football player is not who you are. It's something that you do, right? Just like this is something I do. This is my profession. This is my job.
Yeah.
It's not who I am.
Nah.
It's part of what makes me who I am.
I think a lot of people get lost in that.
Come on, man. Yeah. I have. Have you ever had moments where you got lost in that?
I try not to, because it got harped on so much. Yeah. I really forced myself, but I feel like I might go through that towards the end of my career. Like I'm still in the middle of it, but towards the end of it, when it's slowly going to be done and I'm slowly going to realize like, this might be over with. Like, maybe I can't run as fast as I can. Like my body is crumbling on and all that stuff. Like I might have to find something else. And that's where NFL players, professional athletes, they're like, damn, I'm scared of shaking someone's hand and saying like, hey, I'm such and such from this team. No, you're not such and such from this team no more. You're just Benjamin.
That identity shift, right?
Yeah,
A lot of people call it that, I used to call it the identity crisis. I did a TED talk on it, right? About my shift from being a collegiate baseball player at LSU, which is pretty much a professional baseball player, right?
Yeah, no.
You get a lot of exposure there. And then, the last out's recorded, you're in, 2003, you're in the College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. You're like, wait a second. What now? Like, who am I? And I went on this journey of just burning bridges, hurting people because I was this massive void inside of me, right? I was just in so much pain. But the things that I've noticed lately is, you touched on mental health, right? For those kids, building the brand while you're in the actual peak part of your career. So that way you do have that pivot thereafter. I think it's so important, man.
It is. Like that. They people in general, like our support system and all that stuff, like, they're trying to teach us that, like our PA, mentors, ex-alumni NFL players that come in, they trying to say sometimes people, the information comes in one ear and leaves the other. I try to really take notes on that and really understand that, like, right now is the best time to do most of that stuff. Obviously, focus 100% on your craft and being the best version of yourself on the field. But outside of that, like, trying to build a little bit, because you're the hottest thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're done playing football, people might remember you a little bit, but not as much as like right now. So capitalize right now. Strike while the iron's hot. You know what I'm saying? You got something that's really good, giving back to the community with your foundation. Cool. Put it forward. You know what I'm saying? Show people. You got a brand, show people and all that stuff. But no, I don't blame each other. Like I said, with your example with the after leaving LSU, like that's all we did all our lives. That's all we know, football and all that stuff. And we can say all we want, like, oh, I'll transition to this and all that stuff, but there will be an identity shift when we're done.
It's hard, man.
Because we're behind just in life. Like,
that's it.
We're behind, like,
dude,
the workforce and, working a regular job or being in a work environment where the people, it's so different. And vice versa. People don't understand the locker room. They don't.
No. They don't. The locker room's the best, right? The locker room's the best. You learn a lot about life. Right, in those trenches of football or your sport, baseball, whatever the sport is. But dude, to your point, it's like you when you're done, right? When I was done, it was like when I sent my resume, 2003 College World Series, SEC champion. You don't have experience. It's like,
yeah, you don't.
Like, bro, like what did you want me to do? I couldn't work because it was illegal. I got suspended for working a baseball camp for my head baseball coach. Dude, I got suspended because I made $50.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, Ben. Yeah. You have no experience.
Yeah.
Like, wait a second. I just did all this. I just did all this. Like, what I was supposed to do. And now I'm not valued in society. And I think, and I know that's where a lot of mental health issues do happen for collegiate athletes, but more so like Major League Baseball players or NBA players or NFL players, because they've gone an extended amount of time outside of college. And that's what they did. And they were known on a national level or global level. And now they're just someone who doesn't have experience.
Yeah, someone you back to square zero. In a good way and a bad way, though, because if you're able to utilize all the tools and the stuff that they teach you at the professional level or collegiate level, even though you don't have the experience of work, you have values that other people don't.
Yep.
Like the discipline that we have as athletes, way different than the discipline of someone like outside of like the professional athlete world. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The discipline of I wake up at 5 a.m., I got 6 a.m. lift. I need to eat well. People don't understand that you need to take care of yourself, like, and eat well. Your nutrition, take care of yourself, recovery, all that stuff. All those small things are things that, build Fortune 500 businesses, and they looking for that. So that's why, like, if you're able to shift from your athletic world to the workforce and they know that you have those qualities and those values, people are looking for that. They're looking for people that can lead. Most people don't know how to lead, you know? Athletes can lead. So all those things, if you can utilize that and use that in your advantage, like you can make your transition can be very smooth.
Absolutely. Well, athletes understand that leading is more of a collaboration than telling.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people that didn't play high level sports think leading is managing.
Yeah, it's like one person telling everyone what to do. No, it's like you said, it's a collab effort. What do you think of this? Okay, cool. What do you think of this? Okay, cool. And then you come together and then you're like, okay, I think based on your perspective, what you just said, we should do this play, we should do this, whatever. I'll tell the coaches. It's a whole thing, but he's managing, he's putting the pieces together and all that stuff. It's not just him saying, hey, we're going to run the ball on third down and then we're going to go on. Now, okay, I asked the OC, that's what we think. I asked the DC, I asked some the quarterback and the running back. They think this play, he's putting the pieces together, and that's what you call a leader, in my opinion.
1,000%. Because it's like, you may consult with everybody, but at the end of the day, you might do what you're going to do, but at least everybody feels heard, right?
Yeah.
You know, everybody feels heard and everybody collaborated in that final decision. It is what it is, right? The big thing, man, is why I think athletes are so successful beyond sport is because we run the play. Just like you said, 5 a.m. wake up, 6 a.m. lift, fuel my body, do my recovery. It's like, I look at my schedule every day. I go, okay, so I know I'm up at 4.
Yeah.
I take my, whatever I have my coffee. I'm in the gym by 4:30. From 4:30 a.m. to 4:50 a.m., I'm walking on an incline. From 4:50 to 5:45, I am lifting. When I get home, 6:15 shake. I have everything boiled down, and my wife doesn't know this because she thinks I'm unorganized. I am pretty disorganized with some things. I'm telling you right now, like, I'm a mess in a lot of areas, but I'll know from the time I wake up in the morning, every single timestamp of what I'm doing. And then I know at 6:40ish, I'm upstairs to help kids get ready for school. I've already made their breakfast, did their lunches after I took care of me. But now, dude, I've got all this done, and I'm going to help them get out the door, and then my day starts.
Yeah, that's everything. Honestly, that's the biggest thing. That, like, goes back to what we said in the beginning, the discipline of it. Like, if people can do it for a short period of time, but like athletes, I believe athletes like master that throughout, college to the pro levels and all that stuff, because it's a game of inches. I mean, it's cliche, but it's a game of inches, a game of details, and all those things, they matter. And
Well, as an athlete, we're taught to suck it up, right? And athletes go through a massive amount of adversity. And I think now is a good kind of segue into, okay, Canada to Michigan, played for Harbaugh, played your freshman year, a lot of snaps, right?
Yeah.
And then there was some adversity there, right? Walk everybody through your freshman year, then like a little bit of a, adversity, and then transferring to Minnesota, then ultimately 3rd round pick, man. What was that journey like?
Yeah, no, it was crazy at that time. I was coming out of Canada as the number 1 player in my class. A lot of hyped, a lot of eyeballs and spotlights on me and all that stuff from having like a scholarship from a Power 5 school. And the crazy part was how I got this scholarship. Like, I remember in 2015, I kept watching these highlights of like college players, like, the Tyrann Mathieu, the Patrick Peterson, all those guys, and all that
Peterson
stuff.
was a beast.
LSU legends, what I'm saying? Man. They had the DBU and everything. And then my mom walked in and was like, you keep watching all these highlights, but you're not going to camps. Like, you're not registering for camps. You're not going out there. And like, that could be you. Like,
wow.
But I was young. I didn't have that much like self-esteem yet.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have the confidence that I have now and all that stuff. But I was like, you think I can do it? It's like, okay, well, what do you, like, I'm saying, like, what are you losing by not doing anything? Like, what are you losing by going? We can bring you to the camp or whatever. Like, just put up half of it. How much is the camp? I think it was like $500. I put up $250 from my job that I worked during the summer. My parents put the other $250. We drove from Montreal down to Ann Arbor. That was about like 10 hours. My parents were like, cool, we'll go visit and, check out the state of Michigan. You go to this camp. Like, they had no intentions, or they had no expectation, as we can say. Like, I had no expectation too. I was just like, let me test my talents against these American players.
Yeah.
I went. First day went well. Second day, I'm like, oh, like, I can ball with these guys. Like, this cool, whatever. Third day, I get pulled to the side. Harbaugh's like, hey, I want you to stay, and compete against a group of guys, a group of receivers that were like high rated, 4 or 5 stars guys and all that stuff. It goes back to he's trying to see, like, can the Canadian really ball? Can he really play? Yeah. I went out there, did my thing, and then he's like, come to my office. He's like, look, kid, like, you've been balling all these past couple of days, and want to offer you a full scholarship to come here and play.
Get the fuck out of here.
So I'm like, but I had no reactions, because going back to, I had no expectation, and also there's also a language barrier. I'm from Montreal, Canada. I grew up speaking French. I don't speak English very well at that time. Now obviously my English is so
Yeah, you're
different
doing a
right
great
now.
job.
Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm 17. I just turned 17. Everything, all the educational, all my education is in French. My household speaking French. I understand football terms, but I don't understand English like that. I don't understand what scholarships, what college football and all that stuff. All I know is from the highlights that I saw. So he's like, I'm offering you a scholarship. I'm like,
What's that?
okay. He's like, kid, you're not happy or whatever, excited? I'm like, can somebody like help me, whatever? That's when this translator that translate all the transcripts and that works with the NCAA explained me, okay, he's offering a full 4-year scholarship. You'll be here freshman to senior year. If you decide to leave your junior year to go NFL, no, we'll do this. I'm like, oh, so it took me like a few weeks to realize like, oh, this is big. This is a Power 5 school. This is Michigan. This is like Harbaugh offering me scholarships. I was like, damn. I was like, okay.
That.
But then the ball started rolling. Like, I just needed that little spark, thanks to my parents that, pushed me out there to go and prove myself. The ball started rolling. I got an interest from like Notre Dame, Oklahoma State, Virginia Tech, Rutgers, and all that stuff. I ended up going to Michigan to get a good balance, education, great educational school, and great football.
Yeah.
Everything was nice. Went there freshman year. Played a little bit on defense, played a lot on special team, learning. I'm expecting more playing time my sophomore year. In the spring ball, I pulled my hamstring. Oh, okay. Like, this is my first injury. Never got hurt before.
Whatever,
Just a hamstring.
Just a hammy.
Yeah, hammy. Come back for spring ball, pull the other one. I'm like, oh, okay. I'll go back. Okay, we'll take care of both. Pull it again. By training camp of 2018, I pulled my hamstring 6 times.
Damn.
So I was like, man, I must be doing something wrong. But at this time, I don't have that much knowledge on how to take care of my body, rehab, and all that stuff. All I know is just play football. I know how to show up to practice and just go ball. And I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for the beginning of the season. So they came up to me, the training staff came up to me, and they're like, go ahead and just sign these papers. That will give you more time to go see some outside help and maybe recover faster, because obviously they were like, hey, it's not working here. Maybe you want to see something. I'm like, yeah, I'll go check out some outside, some outside help, second opinion doctors and all that stuff. Sign a paper, go out, meet these doctors, train for like 2 months, train the hamstring and everything, come back. I'm like, am I good for the 2019? Because I missed the 2018 season. So am I good for the 2019 season? Yeah, we'll get you back on the spring ball and whatever. I go through, I pass the physical and all that stuff. I'm still not back on the roster. I'm like, yo, what's going on and all that stuff. They tell my parents to come down to Ann Arbor, and they tell me, we just don't feel comfortable just based on your injuries to bring you back on the roster. So, you can't play here no more. I'm like, what you mean I can't play here no more? He's like, yes, and that was my first taste of the business side of things. Even at a collegiate level, it's the business.
Oh, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, you're good, St. Juste, but you were hurt for this period of time. We had to replace you. So basically, when I signed this paper, my scholarship went to somebody else, but they didn't tell me. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like what happened. But I'm a kid. I'm like 18, 19 at the time.
You don't know what you're signing.
I don't know. Like, my parents are not there. I don't have any like mentors to help me and all that stuff. So that put me in a super dark place, because I was like, wait, that's my dream. Like, that's what I worked so hard. And now, like, what, I have to go back home? Like, nah, I feel shame. People are going to say that back home that maybe I quit or I wasn't made for this. Or like all the people that said, yeah, we knew he wasn't cut for this. Come on, nobody makes it out of Canada, goes to like Michigan and goes to NFL. Like, we knew he wasn't going to make it. So I was like, it was a very, very dark time, honestly. And what got me out of that is just there was no other option for me. Like, that's what I worked so hard for. So I was like, there's no way I'm going back. So that's what I put in my mind. Like, I just put one thought in my mind. I'm not going back home. Yeah. I'm not quitting this football stuff. I don't care what it is. I knew I could get my degree. I make sure I got my degree. I told my mom I was going to get a degree. I got my bachelor's degree from Michigan. And I talked with a few people, some resource, and they told me, like, not because Michigan disqualify you medically that other teams can't pick you up. So I'm like, oh, other teams can pick me up? Cool. And that was before the transfer portal thing and all that stuff. So I made sure I graduated, and I graduated as a grad transfer. And that's when Minnesota took a chance on me. Damn. And they were like, yeah, we'll clear you. They cleared me. and went out there and played. And, you know, that was 2019. That was my best football season with them. But
Wow.
that period of time, I didn't, it was very, very dark. I was down bad mentally, physically, but I just told myself, like, I'm not quitting.
The thing that I love about the story is not that you ended up getting to Minnesota, having a good year in 2019 and got drafted as a third rounder.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite part of the story is how you dealt with that heartbreak.
Yeah.
Like how you dealt with the bullshit. Like,
Oh, it was bad. You
could have given up,
bad.
dude.
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was like I could use the cafeteria, and I used the cafeteria like before all the guys use it because they wanted me to exclude myself. I could work out in the morning, but not like while the other guys. And those were my friends. Like I went to war with them. I went on games and all that stuff. Like we won, lost game and all that stuff. And they were like, nah, like since you're not on the roster, you can't do this. And then after a short period of time, I lost access to like the facility to use it. When I went to games on Saturdays at the Big House, like I had to watch it from the stands. I couldn't be on the sideline. Like all small things that can play, that can play like in your head, like as a young kid. But going back, I just told myself like nobody's gonna know me as a quitter. I'm not quitting on anything. I'm not going back home. I'm not quitting. I'm keep doing this football thing. Something is gonna pop up. An opportunity is gonna pop up.
Dude, I want the audience to really key in on that because at that time you're what, 17 years old, 18 years old?
Yeah, 17, got the offer, 18, enrolled at Michigan, and then 19 that happened.
19 that happened at 19 years old, right? That's what I want them to digest because there's adults right now sitting in their shit, drowning in it, right? And I've been there before. And I'm not, for you watching, I'm pointing at you, and for you listening, I want you to take this into your ear holes. I'm not calling you out, but what I'm saying is where you're at right now is not necessarily need to be where you're going to end up. And we all have a choice, right? We have a choice every day to choose either forge forward and go after our dream, or sit in the shit and ruin our life.
Yeah. Like, isn't there a saying that's like, if you halfway through hell, like why are you staying there?
Yeah.
You're halfway.
You're halfway.
Like, why are you gonna stay there?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that's literally what I told myself. Like, you know, I'm in the gutter right now. I just got told that my dream of playing here football is done.
Yep.
In the coldest way possible.
It's cold,
and
bro.
I just told myself, like, people back home not gonna know me as a quitter. Keep going. Something gonna pop up.
Had a great year in 2019, third rounder.
Yes, sir.
So that moment, you know, you get the call from
Coach Ron Rivera.
Yeah, Ron Rivera. That man went through some shit, dude. That man, he's a beast, man. But you know, you get that call. What was it like in that moment, looking at your mom and your dad and celebrating?
It was. I'm still trying to put words to it because like it happened so fast. Like I remember Coach Rivera calling me, telling me like we're gonna draft you in this pick, and seeing my name go through the board on TV and getting announced and all that stuff. And the best way to explain it was like when I saw that, it was like a whole retrospect, a whole movie in my head went back of all the good, the bad, the injuries, the highs of going to Michigan, the lows of getting, like, you know what I'm saying, disqualified. The highs of at Minnesota of having a great season, the lows of the 2020 COVID season, my draft stock tanking, and then the highs of finally being drafted like top 100. Like that's what the whole thing went through. Like everything from the kid that started playing hockey that had no idea they would make it to the NFL, that probably wrote on this little card that's cool, like what I want to do in life. Oh, play in the NFL, and they were like,
yeah, funny,
yeah, okay, yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we are, dude.
That was the whole. Everything that was going through my head.
Dude, that's an amazing moment, right?
It was.
Because I've had that moment on the opposite end.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I sat there in the year 1999, so that was the 1999 season. So the year 2000, that's the year that LSU beat Stanford in the College World Series. And I had, you know, professional organizations, you know, tagging me as their number one catching prospect. So that's catcher.
Mm-hmm. And
my coach is telling me like, hey, you can go anywhere you want college-wise. I'm like, well, what are the offers? You know, and then it was like, well, you're probably going to go day one in the draft. I fell off the board completely. Dude, Ben, I'm not joking. This was back when AOL it was dial-up internet.
Mm-hmm.
Look at me, that's how old I am. He's like, dang, you old, bro. Sitting there in my parents' guest room, like literally on the AOL network, watching the draft for 3 days. And every single time a new pick would come up, I relived the pain of not getting chosen.
Yeah.
And then I noticed, and this is where I noticed I was different. I called my catching coach, Matt Brown. I lost touch with Matt Brown. I don't talk to him anymore. I don't know where he's at. Like, hell, if he listens to this, please reach out, because I would love to talk to this guy, because he changed everything for me. He always believed in me, right? He always believed in me, said I can go anywhere. I was one of the best defensive catchers he's worked with. Excuse me. I called him and said, hey, Brownie. I was like, I want to run something by you here. Do you think I could play at LSU? He goes, no doubt. I said, okay. He goes, why do you ask? I was like, well, the draft's over. I have no place to play. My career's over. He's like, this should not happen, Shawn. We failed you somewhere. You should have a college scholarship signed right now. I go, well, I turned some down, right? I go, I just noticed that both their catchers got drafted. I said, do you have a, he's like, I got a guy there on the inside. I'll call him. Called him 2 days later. They called me, and I signed pretty much for books and a lollipop because I had no leverage. Right.
Yeah.
But the point is like, that's when I realized, like, I'm always going to look for the solution.
Always.
I may be hurt. I may be depressed at that moment. I may have taken a beating emotionally those 3 days, but I'm not going to let it define me.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to let it define me. That was a hard time though, dude.
No, it is. And how old were you when that happened?
So I had to, because I had already gone through junior college, right?
Yeah.
So I had a blood clot my sophomore year. So like it was my third year. So I was like 21, dude. So I'm a late October birthday, right?
It's young 20s taking like I said, like this is what we did our whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at a screen and you never see your name pop up. Yeah. Like that could be the end for a lot of people.
For a lot of people, bro. And dude, after that the 1998 season, my first year in college, I got in great shape. I got lean. I wasn't fat anymore. And then, I ended up getting a blood clot, and all the offers are gone off the table. And then I get back. So I lose a whole year. Right.
Yeah.
And then I get another year. So I hit 426, I crushed it. And then no draft, and then LSU for nothing. And then when I got there, I got hurt. I had surgery there. So I've been constantly at this point fighting to stay above water. And I just think that those moments are what makes us in pressure-filled situations that I go through now.
Yeah.
It's like I didn't come off of it then. Why the fuck would I come off of it now?
100%. It makes you tougher. It creates these coping mechanisms that you can have, all these things that your brain relies on to. If you don't go through like people that don't go through nothing in life, like it doesn't matter if you're an athlete or not, but people that don't go through nothing in life, like once they hit a big barrier, like once they hit a big challenge, they have no strategy for it. Like you have to go through stuff in life and maneuver through it and find solution. That what makes you better. Like that what makes you more resilient to stuff. Like
I think it's the buy-in, bro.
The buy-in.
The buy-in. That's the ante.
Yeah.
You buy in. That adversity, all that shit. That's your buy-in to a great life. Come on, man. It makes an easier life in the end. Yeah. Right. If you go through everything, you come up out of it, then you can navigate things. As we start landing the plane of the show, I don't want to, not discuss. Congratulations on an amazing season.
Amazing. I mean,
I know it didn't end the way you wanted it to.
So yeah, I'm about to say it's bittersweet because it's like we're one game away, 4 quarters, as you said, from going to the Super Bowl. But beautiful message by Coach Quinn in the locker room. He was very emotional from us losing. Obviously, people were sad, but he was like, don't let this moment, this game, this loss, like overshadow like what we accomplished in this season. Like 31 years. This franchise never been like that was the last time that it had been in an NFC championship. 14 wins from last year, 4 wins. A generational talent at quarterback that's going to take care of this franchise city for the years to come. Moment of the year, Hail Mary against the Chicago Bears.
That was wild, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
that was wild.
Those moments are engraved and like we're stamped in history. So it was like, don't let what just happened overshadow everything that we've done. And
dude, it's just the beginning for your organization.
That's what I'm saying.
This is part of it.
Yeah.
You had to fall short a little bit. right? And next year.
Now you know the standard. Now you know what it takes. Now you know what you might need to sacrifice a little bit more.
Yeah.
And for me personally, like I didn't get the chance to play in a playoff my first 3 years. My fourth year, I get so close to the Super Bowl. So now I know what I'm chasing. Now I know what it takes. I know what I need to fix. I know what I need to do better. Because collectively we had a great year. But for me, like if I get to like expand on it, like
please,
I'm in a process of like I was up 3 years starter, playing well and all that stuff, had some high lows, but like this year there was a lot of expectation from me. I was supposed to be the best corner, best version of myself. I was supposed to sign, like, you know what I'm saying, be on pace to sign like this huge contract and all that stuff. And that can still happen, but based on some inconsistent playing that I had, some stuff that I fall short, I'm in a position where now like I had to do a lot of introspect and like reflect on what I can do better. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
amazing.
Was I ready for this next step?
Yeah.
Maybe not. But this is something that I've been working on like this whole off season, not just physically, but also mentally. Like, you know, what prevented me from having the season that I said that I wanted to have? Because not taking away from anything from the team, we had a great season. But personally, myself, my coaches, people around me were expecting a little bit more, and I fell short sometime off that, and I want to fix that. And that's I think the mindset that, you know, all great competitors have, you know.
That's commendable, dude.
So
but that's what makes you, right?
Yeah.
Like you're allowed to do that. I think that's something that every athlete, every entrepreneur, every mom, every dad, doesn't matter, go through. What could you have done better?
Always looking for the small little detail that can take you to be the best version of yourself, you know, that little 1%.
I love it, man. I love it. That's a great perspective. And no doubt you guys will be back. You'll be on top of your game next year because now you're getting to that next version of Ben, right? To where you get the opportunity to really self-evaluate and just like, okay, what was it? And when you're least expecting it, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Like, that was it. And then, you know, you attack that moment right there and that specific thing. And then next year you're having the year that you want to have, and the next year, same thing. And then, you know, you look back 8 years later, like, damn,
I did it.
Hey, that's a 12-year career, man. The back half, the 8 years, man, I was the dude.
Yeah.
I was the dude.
That's the goal. That's what we're aiming for.
Hey, you're going to get it. You're going to get it, man. Before we land the plane, dude, like, you're looking fresh, bro. Talk to me about that, bro. The Original. That's your clothing brand, right?
Yeah, that is the brand right there.
Well, I know where you live, so I know where to come and snag some gear, bro. So
I got some.
Yeah, I'd love that, man. Talk to me about the background of the brand and everything like that.
Yeah, so this started at the same time as the foundation in 2021. Got drafted. Outside of football, I love fashion. I love style, streetwear and all that stuff. Always been a big guy to that. And I was like, you know, might as well invest in something that I created, you know, my own brand and all that stuff. So I partnered with my guy, Remy. He's a graphic designer, creative director from Paris. We got together and we created The Original. And what it stands for, the is the English part of it, Original with the E at the end is how you spell it in French.
Right.
To embrace and represent, you know, the French culture that we have, but also with where we at right now. So you mix the two together. And our slogan is you design yourself. So
love it.
Don't die a copy. Don't try to copy somebody else. Don't try to be somebody that you're not. You design yourself, so be yourself. You know what I'm saying? So we make clothes that everyone can wear. You know, it doesn't matter who you are. This is gonna be comfortable. It's made by athletes, but it's for everyone. So we started very small with t-shirts, hoodie, and all that stuff. That sold out. We transitioned to some tracksuit. That sold out. And now we have, sweatpants, socks, bandanas, beanies, backpacks. Like we got a new collection coming out soon, and yeah, that's what I do. Like on the side, trying to build this small brand. I'm very hands-on with everything. Like every package that every customer gets, you know, I carefully packaged it, put the sticker and message and everything in it. Like I do it myself. At some point, we'll have a bigger team that's going to help and everything.
Yes. At some point, you're not going to be able to do that. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I enjoy it just as much as I love football, and that's my passion. Like style and clothes, that's my passion too.
Well, dude, I'm telling you, man, I can go on the gram and look at you and the wife. Always fit.
Nah, I appreciate that.
Always look good. I'm like, damn, look at these guys.
I appreciate
look at these guys. No, great. I actually have a shirt for you. It's not here. I'll have to. I'll hit you up and I'll bring it to your house. We now have merch too, and you know, I want to gift you one of our shirts, and you know, our link went live today too. So
appreciate
you know,
it.
not doing it the way you're doing it, but it's just, you know, something else, man. I love your mission, man. I love what you're about. And I learned a lot about you today, man. You're a deep ass dude.
Yeah.
Like, I respect the shit out of it.
Appreciate it. Likewise, man.
Thank you, bro.
This was very fun. This was not scripted, very genuine, organic conversation about staying determined, staying disciplined, going through stuff and coming out the other end stronger. And hopefully by, you know, a couple months or even next year, then, you know, we get to have this conversation. I got a nice Super Bowl ring.
Oh, we're going to do it again. We're going to do it again after you win the Super Bowl win,
that's what we're looking for.
We're going to do it, man. Like, the cool thing about it for me is just the opportunity to get to know someone else a little bit deeper, right? Because we live 5 doors down from each other, man. And it's always in passing. Now our conversations and our friendships going to be much different, right? Able to learn more about each other. And that's my favorite part about this platform is that when I have somebody on, we're able to go deep, and sometimes I mesh well with guests. Sometimes we don't, right? It is what it is. But like, bro, like, I value this, and thank you for your time. And, you know, dude, like, you literally scream determination and grit. And that's what I want the audience to get out of today.
Appreciate that, man.
I appreciate you. Thanks. So guys, thank you so much. Go ahead and follow Ben. We're going to drop all his links here, even to his website for his clothing brand. If you feel compelled, go check it out. Buy something nice for yourself or your family. And until next time, guys, stay determined.
Shawn French, what up? This one luck, I let the pain inspire me. I put my all in everything I'm doing. Up until it's done, I'm me for the entirety. I put in overtime, I be working. Just know I'ma go for mine, cause I earned it. They watching, I know it's time, I confirmed it. A whole society determined.